Okay, guys, good morning. This is day 4 in Bali and the 5th day of our trip. I really need to ramp up my vlogging game because I've been back for a month now and I'm going to go on another trip this month, so I have to get this all done with and post it. Anyways, this is our last day in this villa, so I just had to take some footage for, like TikTok and everything. So I was recording stuff in the morning and I set my camera in my room to film something and this giant bug started attacking me. So here's me getting attacked. And then I heard someone call my name and it was weird because the kids were sleeping and we're the only ones there. And then it was the owner and she asked me if I wanted to sit with her and have coffee. And this is her husband, Gerard. They own the place. I was so glad that I was able to talk to them on my last day. And later I found out that they were friends with my high school principal. But anyways, that's me taking a TikTok because I was inspired by the morning attack. And here's me taking more footage, and this is our breakfast. We really didn't have any plans for this day except for checking out of here and moving to our next hotel. So I did get some questions about this place. So I just want to say that I recommend this place if you want to be in a secluded, quiet area rather than like a touristy area. It is amazing for people who want privacy. Oh, and that's Ryoma doing an Oreo review. But the thing is, it was this like blueberry ice cream flavored, and it was so bad. I could like literally taste all the artificial whatever flavor that was in there. 2 out of 10. Don't recommend. But anyways, Arya came to pick us up, and these dogs were eating all the offerings. And in Bali, they have offerings in front of like stores and temples for the god. But there are so many stray dogs that they're all getting eaten by the dogs. It was cute. We did have some time before check-in, so I asked Arya if we could go to Melasti Beach. Oh my god. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm not going to do the voiceover again. So anyways, we walked by the statue, took photos, and Arya asked if he should wait in the car or come with us. We were like, no, come with us. And I noticed that he smokes a lot. And everybody in Bali smokes a lot. And by the way, I have nothing against that because I used to be a smoker too. But anyways, we were about to leave the beach, but Ryoma and Arya was up to something. So they were looking for little hermit crabs, so that was kind of cute. By the way, I don't know if it's only the beaches that I've been to, but I noticed that a lot of beaches had a lot of trash. And I don't know why, but I kind of had this image of Bali having like really nice beaches, but apparently the really nice clean beaches are in the other remote islands. So I guess that's one tip I could give you. So we left the beach and we realized that we still have a lot of time. So Arya was like, you guys should go see the Garuda. And I was like, okay. But I actually had no idea where we were going. And so he took us to this place and we paid for the tickets and we went in this massive place. And we had no explanation whatsoever. So we just started walking and following people. And we were led to these massive stone statues of the Garuda, but I don't really want to explain it because I don't really know and I don't want to be ignorant and rude, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. And to be really honest, none of us knew what we were doing here because Arya was waiting in the car, and obviously I cannot speak Balinese, and Arya was doing a perfect job speaking English with me, but sometimes these things get lost in translation, so till this day, I have no idea where we were. But anyways, we went to get some snacks because we wanted to do a review of Indonesian snacks. So we got a whole bunch of snacks and a whole bunch of beer, obviously. And then we headed to our next hotel, which is AYANA Hotel and Resorts and Spa. No, AYANA Hotel, Resorts and Spa. Guys, I apologize for my horrible voiceovers. I promise it would get better. Maybe. So we said bye to Arya and we decided that we want to stay in the hotel for the day and also eat dinner at the hotel, but that turns out to be a mistake. I'll explain it later, but AYANA Hotel is a big resort and I love big resorts. Wait, no I don't. Well, I kind of do. I don't know. It depends on the resort because sometimes big resorts have too many people and they have absolutely like no idea what they're doing. So, but this resort was different. Now that I'm back and now that I look back at it, I feel like the hospitality there was very good. And I really think that it has to do with the Balinese people being the warmest, happiest people on this planet. Because I have traveled to quite a few places and I have never been in a country where I felt so welcomed and by every single person that I meet. Okay. But anyways, we were starving at this point and this was the only place that was open for lunch. So we went and oh my God, they had the best Hainanese chicken rice that I've ever had. That's Ryoma's spaghetti and some chicken fingers. Oh my God, this Hainanese, is it Hainanese? Hainanese chicken rice was the best thing that I've ever had. And this is a little quick tour of our room. I never really do room tours and stuff. I feel like, I don't know what it is, but I don't really like it. But here's me doing it anyways. We had a one bedroom with 2 beds and an extra bed. Oh my God. You know, it was actually really hard looking for places with 3 beds. Okay, I don't know what it is, but they only have 2 beds and there's not a lot of those extra beds. So I had a really hard time in Singapore and in Bali looking for places that had 3 beds. So anyways, the swimming pool was amazing. It was huge, as you can see here. And there's also more on the lower levels. And this place is huge. I don't know how many times I said that. But this was a really nice change from the villa. They had like a very small, private kind of vibe. And this was more of like all these, nobody really wanted to like take pictures with me. So I took one by myself. So sad. But I was still happy because I have my beer. And then I just took more videos by myself. This is kind of the sad part about being a single parent because nobody takes your pictures unless you ask your children to. And if you do ask your children to take the pictures, it's kind of like you're using them as like a, you know, it looks bad. But anyways, I would give this swimming pool, this whole resort, like a 9 out of 10. It was just perfect. And also the staff were really amazing. I already said that. Anyways, this is us going to dinner. This is the famous rock bar that we didn't really go to, but I love the vibe. And for this night, we decided to go to a seafood restaurant called Kisk. I think it's called Kisk. And they had sand all over and they had all these fresh seafood that we can choose from. The giant skewers, we got some of those. And then I don't know if this is a marketing tactic, but she told me that there was only this huge lobster and this little one, right? Like a big one and a tiny one. So obviously I would go for the huge one, right? So this is very, very pricey, but we're in Bali. So anyways, I ordered that. That's him holding it. I almost don't want to tell you guys how much it cost because you guys are going to think I'm stupid. But anyways, this was actually the first dinner that we had, just us 3 in Bali, because we were always having dinner with our friends, which is always amazing. But this was the first time to do it just us 3. So that was exciting. And there's our food. And I'm just going to tell you that the lobster was worth it. It was so good and it was so juicy. It was so well cooked. And this is probably the biggest bite of lobster that I've ever had in my life. It was amazing. Money well spent. Yamato and Ryoma got a steak because they didn't want to eat seafood, which is fine. In terms of food quality and the price being really high, it was great. I recommend this restaurant. It was really good. Because, sometimes or a lot of the times when I eat at really high-end restaurants or maybe like just a little bit, expensive places, a lot of the times the quality doesn't really match up with the price. And I think I'm really picky about the quality of the food. So I give that place like a 9 out of 10. It was really, really good. And then we got on this lift thing that was like everywhere in the resort because I guess everyone's lazy. And then we ended the night. So I think this is it for day 4 in Bali. So stay tuned for day 5. Okay, bye.